Hey builders, super excited today. We're going to be kicking off a new project. It's going to be kind of a long project. I'm gonna make myself a truck. I'm gonna build kind of the best truck for me. I've had several trucks over the last 5-8 years. Everything from 6.0 Fords, F150s, F350s, 2500 Dodge, 3500 Dodge, dualies, single rear wheel trucks, a bunch of them. And the one truck that I keep coming back to that I really missed, I really liked, was my 6.7 Ford. So that truck was a 2011 6.7. It was a F350 short bed. I do a lot of camping, so I have, I haul a camper around a lot, so having the dually was super nice. Plus the extra payload and towing capacity has been great. So I went to the auctions. I found what I thought was an interesting deal, and I took a chance at it. Why don't we go out and show you what I got? All right, here it is. It's a 2012 F450. I got the truck at an auction. It had no key to it, so I really took a gamble on it. Didn't know the miles, didn't know if it started, didn't know anything. We'll do a walk around here in a minute, but it's an old service truck, older service truck, 450, so it's got the dual rear wheels. We're over here in the Pacific Northwest, and I actually purchased the truck from an auction in Illinois, right outside of Chicago. The truck it was inoperable, right? We had no key. Had a key made. The shop put a couple batteries in it because they were bad, and they went to go fire the truck, and nothing happened. It was super cold. It was there's a big snowstorm going on at the time, so it took a couple weeks, but it turns out it has a seized engine. They tried to manually crank it over underneath, and they unfortunately had nothing. Yeah, that was a bummer, but there's always opportunity. And this truck, like I said, 2012, and there was really a big update in the 6.7 Fords in 2015 and 16. A lot was changed. The more horsepower. They actually changed the turbo. The older style, like this guy, had a VGT turbo on it, and they're kind of known for not being awesome. There's intercooler piping and a bunch of other changes. So the opportunity is there to maybe upgrade. So that's what I did. I actually ended up buying another truck that had a known good motor, but maybe a little body damage. Here's the donor truck here. This is a 2015 F350 short bed. I bought it in an auction, but I could hear the motor run this time, had a key and everything. In the auction, they said it was a rollover. I don't think that's necessarily the case, because the front and the rear are in all good shape. Also, there's a bunch of wood shavings in the back. So my guess is that a tree fell on the truck. But it runs good. It runs and drives, everything's fine there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna swap this F350 powertrain into that 2012 F450. All right, so I've been doing a bunch of research on these trucks. There's a lot of differences, not only with the year difference, 2012 to 2015, but also the 450 to 350, and then also on top of that, it is a 450, but it's also a cab and chassis, which means Ford sold the truck without any box. It was just kind of a bare rear frame on the truck. Trucks are also generally detuned from Ford because they're supposed to be work trucks, and conceivably they don't need the extra power, and then also maybe that will make them last longer. Who knows? So with the 15, we had the newer turbo. The 2012 is the VGT style turbo, and then more of a standard style turbo on the 15. If this was a 350 and this was a 350, the 15 would have 40 horsepower more, I think is what it is. So this truck's going to get a huge upgrade power-wise by putting that in there. I'm also going to be swapping over the transmission, the BCM, the newer style gauge cluster, everything. Pretty much it would be a 350 sitting on the 450 chassis here. Is kind of my goal. And then, so we do have the dual rear wheels on this guy, and then being the 450 and being the dually, it's a wider truck, so the turning radius is nice and sharp. Also, it has the longer bed. The 350 is a short bed. Overall, I think this combination is going to be like the perfect truck for me. I'm probably going to end up just building a flatbed for the truck rather than trying to find and put another bed on it. But we'll get into that later. Let's take a quick little preview walk around each truck. All right, so this is the 450 under the hood. Nothing super special. All stock truck, stock intake, stock everything. And this is the one that has the seized motor. It could just be a head problem. I've been told, or the whole bottom end could be in trouble. I'm not really sure. I do intend to pull this apart and actually find out what was wrong with it at some point, though. So some cool things I like about this truck. It's got like kind of the bigger flares on it, and then it has this kind of like bumperette flare extension on it already, which is pretty neat. Super good tires, almost brand new tires on it. Some nifty handles on here. Presumably this truck was used on a railway for service, so I don't know if guys were, you know, riding down a little bit or something. I'm not really sure what the function of the handles were. I don't think I'm going to keep them. I think I'll probably get rid of those. So interior, pretty basic. It's got kind of like the plastic carpet, which honestly I'm personally really excited about it. I'll use the truck as a truck, so the fact that it doesn't have carpet in it, already got this like plastic mat, is awesome. Definitely some wear and tear. It's got some nice covers on it. Underneath it's leather seats, but I could feel that there's cracks and holes in there. It's clearly was a work truck. I mean, it's pretty dirty, pretty basic. So that'll all have to be cleaned up and fixed up. Back here, nothing exciting or special. Got some free gloves there. That's good. It's got kind of a cool tank on it. It goes down, fill here. It looks like they removed the pump before they took it to the auction, but it's kind of a neat service box. Little dirty, but it's all right. It's got like a telescoping cover. And then back you can see the fuel tank they had back in there. Around this side, kind of the same thing. Just, you know, your basic. Got some shelves and kind of interesting stuff going on there. Little bit of body damage here and there, but you know, I'll fix all that. I'll probably end up wrapping the cab in some color or not. If you guys have any ideas on something cool that I could wrap it in, just leave a comment and let me know. Okay, so very clearly something hit the hood there, which resulted in smashing the EGR cooler here. I had to, you know, just duct tape it and stuff so I didn't get coolant spraying everywhere when I tried to move the truck around. So like I said, this is the one that, this is the good motor here. But other than that, the truck is super stock under the hood. You know, stock intake, stock everything. So it looks like something just kind of laid down. But look at this window though. The window's still intact, and you know, something happened. It crushed way below that, but somehow this window survived. I don't know if the window was down at the time or what the deal was, but it's dirty, but not nearly as dirty as the 450 in here. It's got a couple more options. It's got, you might not be able to see this on camera, but right here it's got the factory trailer brake on it. It's got the more upgraded cluster, but it's got cloth seats rather than the 450 had leather seats in it. Hopefully nobody was in there at the time. That wouldn't have been very fun. Back seat. So here's some of the sawdust and some of the glass, which I suspect is from the back window. Coming back around here, something definitely smashed this bed up pretty good. Kind of went down there and kind of a couple dips on that side. Then you see all the remnants of the sawdust. It definitely looks, I mean, there's a chunk of wood there. And then I'll have this whole nother front clip of a truck, and I have some plans for what I'm going to do with that too. So all right, so what's next? Next steps. This 350 is going to come into my shop and never come back out. Completely disassemble, tear it apart down to the bare frame. Everything's going to come off. I might have some parts up for sale. You know, I'm going to keep a bunch of it for this truck, and then, you know, just other things for spare parts. And the frame will either be cut up and scrapped, or you know, if I can find someone that needs a frame, that would be awesome. So if you know anybody that needs an F350 frame, let me know. So that's what's coming up next. That's probably going to be the next video we put out, is starting to tear down this 350. Thanks for watching, and yeah, get to building.